Kidson, and we're here in Rome tonight for the Extrema Night. With me, I have Talla 2XLC. How are you tonight?
Fine. I had a long trip because the flight was delayed 2 hours, and so no sleep, no dinner, directly to the club. But it's okay.
We're here for Manuel Saux Extrema Night. How does it feel to be part of it?
Manny just wrote me, we have a good friendship, and he was playing a techno club several times before. He just wrote me, you want to come to Rome, and I've never been to Rome, not for holiday and not for DJing. I said, okay, I'm coming, no problem.
Do you remember the first time you met Manuel?
I think we met through internet, and then I think I heard his DJing or production, and I said, come over to Frankfurt, and the friendship started.
For the people who doesn't know him personally, how would you describe him as a person?
I like him a lot. He's a really open person, really friendly, kindly. He has no attitudes. I mean, maybe a few Italian attitudes, but he's a great guy. Yeah.
You are right now sort of an ambassador for trance. Was that something that you wanted to become, or did it just come natural to you?
You're absolutely right. I see me as an ambassador, not for trance, but for electronic music. I'm DJing, producing, working with the music scene, electronic music, for such a long time, and going abroad, meeting the people, showing my passion. This is what the ambassador thing means for me, and yeah, I'm pretty proud of it. You remember when you did the last interview, I told you about the Medal of Honor. So even the city appreciate my work for the music,
Do you have anything that you want to do more, or anything that you would like to do that you're not doing right now?
Yeah, I do everything. That's why my life is quite stressful at the moment, because I have the DJing, producing, radio shows. I mean, you have to do it nowadays, and especially Facebook and other social, they suck energy out of you, because you have to do it. I have no huge team. I have a few friends who help me, but it's very difficult. And now my new project is coming up, which maybe talk about it, the museum thing. So I don't want to complain. I love it, but the free time is really just a little.
You were also one of the first, how should we put it, like super DJs, or becoming famous as a DJ, right? In the beginning. Because when Paul van Dyk, Tiësto, and Armin got famous, they had you to look up to, right?
I mean, in around like the late 90s, when I performed, always the place was sold out. I had more visitors than guests in the clubs than those guys, but I never felt like this. I'm down to earth guy, because I saw in my past I saw all the up and downs. Even my label collapsed. In the early 90s, and so I never felt like a star or super DJ. I do it because I love it.
Is it true that Tiësto once came to you and asked you how much he could charge for a gig in his early career?
I met him in the mid of the 90s. I don't remember what year it was, in another club in south of Germany, and he gave me his business card, and so we got in touch, and I signed his very first record, The Tube, through Bonsai. He was already some Bonsai as I released it, and I asked him, hey Thijs, come over to play a techno club. And I was not really busy, but I really saw potential in him, because really was a very cool guy at the time, nice guy. And he asked me, can I take 1,000 marks for gigs in Germany? He said, you can try. Not easy, but you can try. And now he gets it per second, I know, but per minute.
We talked about it before as well, like social media and everything. How do you look at the role of a DJ today compared to when you started, or compared to 10, 20 years ago?
I mean, it was harder to DJ because you had to learn DJing, but it was easier to have a DJ life, because you just Thursday, Friday you went to the record store, bought your new vinyls, put in the record box, and then rock and roll. You didn't have to take care about postings, comments, Instagram, shit. And nowadays, it takes a lot of time. I mean, for the young guys, maybe they say this is the best time of their life because it's always the best time for everybody. But I like the past in that more because you had more time to really perform, Now you spend a lot of time to make all this social online stuff.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, do you miss the times when it was only about the music?
The difference to the past is nowadays music doesn't have the worse depreciation anymore because it's just a digital MP3, gone in a second. Before it was all about vinyl, it was about remixes, creativity. I mean, people are creative too nowadays, but it is a lack of creativity because you don't make money with music anymore, only with DJing. So you have to get these gigs. So you're looking for the radio shows who, let me say, like Azot or other radio shows, you have to be in there. So you have to produce like this. And you know that you don't sell the track anymore. I mean, the downloads are shit, I mean, when I started with Beatport, with my first label on Beatport, we sold about 6, 7, 8,000 downloads. Now it's 300, 400 downloads, So you don't make money. So the problem is, this is the circle, the negative circle, because if you don't make money on the track, you have the pressure to get gigs. So you don't really experiment with the music anymore, And if you hear the tracks of the 90s or before, you hear a lot of experimenting, special sounds, new sounds, and nowadays it's always the same. If you hear like a really classical track, old school techno or trance or electronic track, you can hear it from the beginning. Oh, that's this track. Yeah, that's cool. It's Meet at the Love Parade. It's Café del Mar. Blah 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 blah. It's Zombie Nation, or it's this. Nowadays, if you hear if I speak from the trance of the view of the trance track, you have to wait till a break. Then you maybe hear a vocal or a special melody, and this is track. And this is what I don't like. But it's really, how can you solve that problem? It's not because you sell less and less and less. Now you have Spotify streaming service. Apple and Beatport will be also do streaming, so the artists earn less and less and less. Yeah, it's a difficult thing.
If you could add a little bit more of Talla 2XLC into the music industry, what would you like to add? Or a touch to it, or change something?
Yeah, I'm thinking about if after the next big project is done, which we hopefully talk about. The next thing is to think about how can we make music worth again. How we can let people think about to spend money on the tracks, to support DJs. Even if we do tracks on maybe a special like kind of crowdfunding platform, I always thought about that you have a new track, you work on a new track, but you don't release it. First, the people have to pay for the track, and then in a certain time, you send it to them. So then maybe you could change and help the artists to work harder on songs again.
Yeah, to make it worth more, not money-wise, but more appreciation-wise as well.
It's not about greediness or make money. It's just living. You spend a lot of time producing, DJing, everything, do everything, and the appreciation is you have it on the crowd. That the crowd appreciate what you do and they scream and they like you and stuff like this. But also you have to sell, your music a bit more again.
Compared to when you started, has the two words electronic music changed for you? What do they mean now compared to when you started?
Yeah, if you watch the scene nowadays, it's get more and more commercialized. EDM, they use the word EDM now for all these drop tracks, and yeah. I played some of the stuff in the beginning when W&W started to change their style, or Umut Oskan or others, but it gets more and more boring. Last year I played on one of these holy color festivals where they throw the colors in the air, and it was a really young crowd, so I prepared some EDM stuff. That was 2 years ago, and I had one young guy with me who produced this kind of music. His name is Max, and I played for 2 hours just pure this EDM stuff. And after 1.5 hours, I said, Max, do you really like this music? It's so boring. It's always the same. and it became worse now because it's even worse, you know, like because now they don't have all the melodies all the children melodies played, and they even don't know what to do anymore. Now everyone gets harder and harder and bigger drop, blah 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 blah, and it's not music for me. It's kind of not kind of music. It's just plastic production. You know, I know.
Without mentioning any specific artists or names or anything like that, could you understand somebody who goes into the EDM scene and making EDM music from trance and going into making stuff like that?
One of my former producers, A-Star Brain, is producing EDM now.
Yeah.
Because he didn't make enough money with trance anymore. I mean, we didn't split up. The last track we made was Shine, and after that, and then he now produces a young guy who is a total EDM guy and quite successful. So I can see if you're just thinking of the money, maybe that's the way to earn some more money, you know. I mean, 2 weeks I'm playing at the World Club Dome in Frankfurt, which is a huge EDM festival. But we have a special old school Dorian Gray stage with all the old former Dorian Gray DJs, and we play old school, you know, but not on the main stage. The main stage is. But you know, the stadium will be packed. I mean, it's a young crowd. For every young crowd, every generation, there's a new sound, and they love it. You know. But the good thing is, what I always say, because EDM or this type of stuff got really big in America, and I think it's better than the kids start to listen to this music than to hip hop. So it's electronic, you know, and later if they get bored of it, maybe they jump into trance or other styles, you know. So it's not a bad thing.
That's smart. That's smart. Who inspires you today musically?
Today?
Yeah.
No one. Who can inspire me today? I mean, I have some artists I like. I like kind of bit of industrial. Industrial was a music of my past called EBM, not EDM, EBM, electronic body music. It was the late 80s. Bands like Front 242, Nitzer App from England, really hard, you know, fast beats, with like big shouty, like fast beat the feet. I like this type of thing. So there's some artists like Gesaffelstein from France, really cool. They use the sounds, but really slow BPMs, like 125 or something. Man, I like the way they use the sounds. There's also a Berlin guy, I don't remember the name, who does nearly the same. But I'm also much into Psytrance now. Not because everybody jumps on Psytrance. I listen to Psytrance since the beginning, since it was an event in Goa, in India. But since a few years, I like Full On, which is the faster 140 BPM because it's nearly similar to uplifting, and progressive. And I have a friend, Liquid Soul from Switzerland. I did a track with him on Perfecto, and I look up to him because he came from the trance scene and morphed into Psy in like 4 or 5 years, and he's a really good producer. He's one of the guys, you can say, one of the few guys who inspires me at the moment.
If we look at your can we say that you have a newfound passion for Psytrance in your Cyrus 7 alias?
Cyrus 7 alias, I produce under a different name because I don't want to do like I'm like Simon and other guys doing, you know, jump on the bandwagon and play it. I'm respected, but I said okay, I split it, you know, like Talla playing uplifting trance, progressive trance, and Cyrus 7 is it's not a crossover sound. It's real pure Psy, you know. And I did a collaboration with Liquid Soul, and now I probably do one with Klopfgeister, which is a German guy. There's a big German scene for Psytrance, and I do also my own party series called Dreamscape. We did 4 shows already at the same venue where Techno Club is held, and it's double double amount of people as Techno Club. Young crowd, totally different crowd. Hippies, you know, Goa people, you know. But it's really cool.
Yeah, because your sound as a psytrance producer or a psytrance DJ differs from the general psytrance today, I think.
Yeah. Right. Because most of the guys who play psytrance now, they play kind of crossover hard trance, harder trance, and use psy sound like Eddie Bitar or others. Or Indecent Noise did that, you know. And I said, okay, when I do psytrance under a different name, I use the pure sense of psy, you know.
Apart from music and producing and DJing, another big part of your life is traveling. How do you make yourself comfortable? Because you travel a lot.
Because I don't party too hard. I was a party animal in the 90s. Also drinking. I don't drink anymore since 2003. And I try to sleep a lot, you know. So I'm fresh into the party. Not like tonight. But, you know, it's always not easy because if you travel a lot and you have, you know, long trips with maybe stopovers or things like that. Sometimes I remember when I went to Taiwan for the second time last year. It was a 30-hour trip because I had to go from Frankfurt to Singapore, then had a few hours wait, then Singapore to Taipei, and then was another 8-9 hours, and then I had to take a train for 4 hours to the whole island because my first gig was down the island in the south. And then after 30 hours with really little sleep, I arrived there, was dead. I came one day before so I could sleep 10 hours, no problem.
That's good. Tell me about this weekend. This is Friday. We're in Rome. Tell me about tomorrow and Sunday.
Tomorrow I fly to Amsterdam for Transnation, play with Markus Schulz, Ferry Corsten, Armin Fila, plenty more DJs. I'm invited by Chris Cortez, who organized the party. I play there from 3 till 4:30 or 3 or 4 night, then I sleep a bit, then I fly back to Germany and I have another old school party because we have a public holiday on Monday, which I created in a different place. It's a more commercial place. They asked me to do a party and I said, okay, not the typical classic party we always do. I want to do a piece of rave, house, trance, harder, and I think it's a quite funny, nice lineup. And the response is good. So it's 3 days in a row. No, I don't have it every weekend. But I told my wife already Monday, don't wake me up at all. Yeah. I want to sleep.
Recently, the new trailer for Zac Efron's new movie, We Are Your Friends, came out. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
What do you think?
If you on Facebook, you see everything. Right? It's every poster. Yeah, I think if something gets really popular, movies will be filmed, you know. So I saw it and I was a little bit amused, or I laughed about what they say, and I said 228 is the magic number. I wrote on my own profiles, hey Zac Efron, 138 is the magic number. And there was a little bit of discussion, no, 140, no this, there is no magic number, blah, blah, blah. I just made a joke because I think it's funny.
Yeah.
I will watch it maybe, but not in the movie theater, maybe later at home sometimes. So.
If I get you tickets to the movie theater, could you give me a review of the movie? What you think about it?
Yeah, sure, yeah. It will be, I think this movie will be the same as Ted Part 2, same. But the Ted is Zac Efron, this movie. Yeah.
If there was a movie to be made based on you, who would play you in that movie? Of anyone in the world?
Chris Everett. No, I don't know. If we ever a movie made about me, we have to find the right guy who does it. You know? Right now, there's only one Talla 2XLC.
That's right. Tell me about your next big project.
In 2011, I was invited by a German institute, cultural institute, to go as the first electronic DJ to Uzbekistan, Tajikistan. I played 3 shows there, and I made 3 workshops about the history of techno and about myself. And the students they were so excited, you know, about what I showed them, told them. It was had like a PowerPoint presentation. Then I played music. I had CDs, you know, CD players, and mixer and everything. In the end, they could also work with me on this. I showed them how to DJ, and they were so excited. All 3 workshops. When I flew back, I went to one of my former partners, which I did techno club for 11 years at the Frankfurt airport. I said, Alex, we have to do a techno museum. We met several times. I said, no, we can't do a techno museum. We have to call it something with electronic music, because techno is just a genre now. So why don't we call it Museum of Modern Electronic Music? And it will be not a museum like show like dinosaurs, bones or something. I want to show the history, how it started, how it spread out globally, you know, how it worked out, all the labels, activists, DJs, fashion, graphics, everything. And then also the nowadays the present, with having like events. Also, if DJs write a book, they can come and read about a book and also perform. But also the future, doing workshops where kids can start to learn to produce and to DJ, even with vinyl, you know, not only digital. So the whole thing will be like a kind of entertainment place that you can feel, touch, see, hear everything, not just a boring old-fashioned museum. So we had this idea, and we developed the concept over 2 years. Then we went to the city council, to the mayor, and everybody was excited about it. But it still took another year that the city said, okay, yes, we are behind this project. We will give you a location. And then on this April, we went officially on the music exhibition, which is it's an annual exhibition, and made a big press conference. And now it's official. We have the location, which is right in the center of Frankfurt. Best spot you can have, 800 square meters. This is what the city gives us. And now we are officially that we want to do the Museum of Modern Electronic Music, short MOMEM. And now we're in the next step to finance the thing. Maybe do some crowdfunding, maybe the people can donate, and we go to big companies. 2 weeks ago we went to Roland, the inventors of 808, 303, the acid machines. And we talk also to a big company like Samsung. But we have a membership, MOMEM supporter club, where people can spend the annual fee. It was 60 euros for student, 30, and the premium support is 150 euro a year. And now they only support the finance of the museum. But later, when the museum opens, they have like benefits like half free entrance or half entrance and concert and everything, you know. So it will take minimum a year to collect money for it, and then end of next year, there's a museum already inside for children. They move to another place, and then we can start building it. So it will be like 2 years until it finally happens and we open it, you know. But this will be, this is the first, you know, it's the first worldwide first museum for modern electronic music. There's some guys in America said, oh, we have a techno museum already in Detroit, but this is just an exhibition. This is a museum about the whole electronic music, you know, not just one genre. And this is the first worldwide. I'm really proud of it, about the whole project. It will be a lot of work, but it will be kind of, I mean, I had the idea, but we're a team of 10 people, so I'm just one wheel of it, you know. And but it will be kind of legacy for the people, because nowadays what's a big lack is, if you wanna, as a young guy, if you wanna know about electronic music, how it started, you have a little bit of Wikipedia, you can Google a bit, but you have not really, there's no place really to know everything, like, you know. And this is what we want to present to the people. It's for the ravers from the past. You see how it started when we were young on the Love Parade, but also from young guys, you know, said, this is how it started. Oh, I never heard about Kraftwerk. Who is that, you know? Stuff like that, you know.
I love the sound of this. It sounds really, really exciting.
Big project. And I can tell everyone, please support it, you know, even with a few euros. It's worth it. And when it's finished, this will be massive, because we not just open it. We have so many ideas which we're not made official yet, because it will be last, you know, for a long time. Will be interesting.
I'm gonna come and visit as well. I'm gonna donate too. You're about to go up on stage. What goes through your mind right now?
Not much, but I'm happy to be here. Will be good. I have some special old school tracks of me, which I play tonight.
Thank you so much for your time.
No problem. Welcome.
My name is Victor Kidson, and we're in Rome for Manuel Saux Extrema Night. Thank you for watching.